ABC Sports presents, live in its 30th season, the Professional Bowlers Tour. Today, from Toledo, Ohio, it's the $200,000 PBA National Championship. In our first match, it's fifth-seeded Brian Brazeau, who's looking for his first title. His opponent won the first two tournaments of the year. From Vidor, Texas, David Ozio. That winner will face the third seed, making his first career appearance among the final five, Marty Letcsher. In the semifinal game, we'll see another player hoping to win his first title, Mike Miller. And our tournament leader from Albuquerque, looking for back-to-back titles, Norm Duke. It's an organization of over 3 million bowlers. It's an organization that sets the rules and equipment standards. Bowlers from all 50 states and many foreign countries make the annual trek to a different city. It is really an impressive event. It is older than baseball's World Series. Nelson is at Imperial Lanes as we get ready for the finals of the National Championship. So let's join him there.
Let's see how the PBA has laid out the lane condition for this major championship. First place, the oil is 45 feet down the lane. And there's oil right down the center, and then there's dry on the back end of the lane. The last 15 feet are very dry. And so the players are playing all sorts of lines. The players are coming in from the outside line. They're also coming in with the big hook ball down the center of the lane.
$35,000 of the winner today. Big pot, 18 for runner-up, 10. 8 and 7. I think you'll agree it was a big first game. David Ozio, 10 strikes, defeating Brian Brazeau of Milwaukee, 267-232. So now it's Ozio against Martin Letcsher of Bel Air, Maryland. That's our next match.
It was the lefties in the early 80s. The righties dominated in the 70s. It seems to have balanced out some in the last couple of years.
Okay, Marty Letcsher, Bel Air, Maryland, looking for his first win in match play. Total of 24. He was 13, 10, and 1.
Marty, just a kind of a journeyman player back in the early 80s, has revamped his game and is trying to give the tour a full-time try out here.
All right. For somebody not that experienced on television, the nervous frame is over, and it's a spare. So now Ozio, who had 10 strikes, shooting a 267 in the last game on the right lane. Is he lined up properly?
He's lined up, and such a tough player. You know,
re-rack.
He's asking for one of his 2 re-racks he's allowed each game. And Chris, you know, you talked about the American Bowling Congress tournament here in town. They also have a tournament that runs along with it, the Bowlers Journal tournament. David Ozio went down there. It's open to amateurs and pros. David went down there this week and averaged 260 something down there to take the lead. So he's saying, telling all his amateurs, go down there and try me.
You speak of competition tomorrow on ABC. The World League excitement returns as the New York, New Jersey Knights continue their unique road trip. Next stop, Wembley Stadium, take on the London Monarchs. Coverage begins at 1 Eastern, 12 Central and Pacific. That's tomorrow here on ABC. True dagger. There were 4 lefties in the final field of 24, and you may remember one of them was Mike Albee. And he won here in 1985.
Earl Anthony had 3 victories here, so left-handers have done quite well.
And Bo, of course, you won here in 1970, and then you were on 9 telecasts here. Wow.
I know this championship very, very well.
Something fell out on the lanes, something off his glove.
And Dave Smart from the PBA is going out to get it. And the rule for a foul is simply this. If you cross over the foul line and touch the lane, as Dave removes that from the lane, it's a foul. If something comes off your body and goes across the lane, theoretically, you should call timeouts. So since we had a PBA official go out there and get it, there's no foul involved. Letcsher for the spare.
Come up. Oh, darn.
I'll tell you, it could have been perturbing to him to have his kind of concentration broken by kind of a freakish thing happening, a piece of his wrist device coming out on the lane. He slides by, misses a 10-pin, and he's really opened the door for David Ozio in the early going.
Those marginal thoughts, they bug me all the time, whether I'm playing golf or whatever. Better. Marty Letcsher. Good comeback. Wonderful composure, Marty. Marty is 34 years old, 5'11", 195. Here's a 36-year-old champion. 8 PBA titles. 5'11", 175.
Not too much. Same thing twice in that lane.
Just a little soft on the lane. Ozio with a tendency, as everybody has, on a slicker lane to back off the speed, let the ball finish a little more. He backed it off too much. Avoids a split, has the 6'10" spare.
David Ozio last year made 99,655. Winning with his pal Steve Wonderlich, the Showboat doubles. They were bowling from the top seed in that event.
Hit! Come on.
10-pin.
And speaking of the doubles, we're going back to Beaumont, Texas, and everybody's looking forward to that for the PBA doubles. And David Ozio, that's his home house, so he and Wonderlich should be a factor in that tournament June 1st on the summer tour. Now Ozio for the spare.
Can't wait. All right. Marty Letcsher, the definite underdog in this second match, can cut David Ozio's lead to 9 with a strike here in the 4th frame. And he does that. Bo, the game is on.
Thank you, Chris. The man with the most powerful bowling ball in all of our sport, Mike Miller. You've got to feel like you're a little snake bit. You've never won a game in a championship round despite a 230 average. What's going to happen today?
Well, I'm going to leave that one up to the grace of God. I'm going to let him take care of that one for me. I'm just going to go ahead and keep drawing strikes, and we'll just see what happens.
230 average, you got to win a lot of games. Good luck in the semifinal. Back to you, Chris.
Now to take the lead by 1. Lofted out on the lane. Marty Letcsher, his first television nationally ever.